Ketki, I know that I am facilitating today's session, but maybe you'd like to say a word about the Live from Thrive series because we have some new attendees today.
Sure, great.
Yeah.
First of all, welcome all of you. It's been fantastic to see new
Hello.
faces coming in. So Live from Thrive, as you've probably seen or not yet seen, has been a very short learning bite of 15 minutes on a regular basis. So every weekday, where we've been sharing about how we can thrive in times of uncertainty and insecurity. And we've really had speakers from a wide range of topics, right from talking about thriving in times like these, staying at home, trying to get into the new routine, talking about leadership, but also talking about how can we embrace fear and grow personally, and also about growth mindset. So quite a range of topics and very exciting topics coming up as well next week. And I'm hoping that we're going to get more speakers from this group today. So hopefully more will
Ketki, before
apply.
you joined, I just spoke to Rima and she's going to present on Ikigakai, the Japanese concept of, bringing your purpose and your passion and your talents together. So I
Wow,
think that'll be fun.
fantastic.
Okay, great. So I'm going to open today and say a very, very warm welcome to all of you. And I know that probably a couple of people will keep joining. I'm very, very pleased to open what we called as Thriving Thursdays. As popular as the learning bites have been, we realized that we do not give you the opportunity because of the nature, it's just 15 minutes of a session to interact with each other. And I know for sure that when we get a group of, opinionated, strong, interested, committed, engaged women together, that conversation itself creates a lot of energy. And I think that hope and energy and inspiration is what we can all use in today's times. And I wanted to give it a little bit more structure. And that's why what I decided to use is a technique that I have used in in-person sessions, and it is called open space technology. Now, just to give you a very brief idea around the open space technology and what it does. Those are the 4 principles that you see on the screen. Whoever comes are the right people. Whatever happens is the only thing that could have happened. When it starts is the right time. When it's over, it's over. And I think those principles guide us and will guide us the next, through the next 45 odd minutes. Because what we're going to do is there is an umbrella theme. And I think if you can open that umbrella theme, Asha, it is about how we can thrive. What are the leadership skills that are required to thrive in unprecedented times? That's sort of the umbrella theme. It's a very broad one. And just in a minute, after I explain how it's going to work, I'm going to open that theme to each one of you. You can unmute yourself and you can say, okay, under this theme, this is the topic that I think I would like to facilitate a conversation on. So we'll do this in a first come, first served basis. Whoever says, this is a theme I'd like to talk on, Asha is going to capture the topic for you and write your name of whoever said the theme. And the rest of the people, we're going to recommend that you say, and for that, I would ask you to use chat. So you would say, for example, whatever the topic is, put as number 1. Let's say the topic was X and it was led by Antje, right? So I'm going to write, if I were a participant on chat, I will write Shivangi topic 1. Okay. Or then if, let's say I wanted another topic, and Antje was writing, for example, she would say Antje topic 4. Okay. That's all you're going to do. So once you write the number of the topic and your name, then Asha is going to put those people, so there'll be one lead and the remaining people in the Zoom breakout rooms. So the way this will work is every group then will have 3-4 people. And we're going to converse on that topic. The Zoom room will be timed. It will be 7 minutes per round. And after doing the 7 minutes, we will come back into, if I can call this the main plenary, we will all come back to the main plenary. And then we will repeat the chat thing again. And we'll ask you, okay, what next would you like to talk about? What I would like to retain is the topic owners. So the topic owners, the 5 of them, whoever we decide would go, will stay in those breakout rooms. As a facilitator and holder of this space, I will go in and out of the different rooms. But as a facilitator, you are not only facilitating the conversation, you're making some notes about, what were some of your insights. And then we'll do a second round, and if time allows, maybe a third round. And after the third round, we'll come back together, and I'll ask each of the facilitators to give us a 2 minutes debrief on what happened in the conversation when you had different people coming and developing that group. So I have done this in person and it works beautifully. A lot of people get a lot of energy. Virtually, we are trying to do this for the very first time. So I'm also very, very curious how this is going to work. But we hope that the technology will support us. One thing I can say for sure is that the Zoom breakout rooms will give you the small group intimate experience. Asha, I don't know how many people have joined in now, but if we have, let's say, 15 people, then we have 3
We have
people.
16 people, including us.
16 including us. Okay, then we just open 4 rooms.
Yeah.
I think 4 is enough. And let me open this question to everybody now. Who would like, what would be under this umbrella topic of leadership skills to thrive in unprecedented times? What is a discussion that you would like to facilitate? And then Asha is going to capture that. Any ideas? And as I said, we'll go first come, first served with this.
I could start. I had one that popped in my mind right away, Shivangi.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. It's
Yogini?
Yogini. Hi.
Yeah.
And the topic I thought of is authenticity and how do we maintain our authenticity with regards to the unprecedented times as a leader in order to help our team along.
Lovely. Thank you, Yogini.
Thank you.
If I may jump in as well.
Sure, Ketki.
An idea that I had was around servant leadership, where the leader actually serves the people. So the idea is not for the leader to have answers to all questions, but really is there for the people. So the people come with the issues, the people come with the challenges, and the leader opens the doors.
Lovely. Thank you, Ketki. Any more ideas?
So this is Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
I would suggest empathy. I think different people react to this situation in different ways. And everybody has their individual situations. And I think leaders are faced with the fact that they have to treat people differently to what they would normally treat, to the way in which they would normally treat people.
Right. Yeah. And empathy takes on a whole new meaning in this. Great. Thank you, Catherine. And one more topic. We'll go with 4 topics today. The rest of you, as you're thinking, think about the chat. Yes.
I would
Antje,
like to
yeah.
facilitate a session about being realistic about the future.
Being realistic about
and
the future.
how to,
okay.
it's probably how to be realistic about the future.
Okay, and Anna Maria has already taken the lead. That's what we want. You write your name and the group you want to go to in the chat, please. And as you do that, Asha will keep capturing your names on the screen. So Anna Maria is in group 3, Asha. If we are 16, let's go with 4 in each group as much as possible. Yogini is leading the topic, so by definition, she's in number 1. To begin with, I will go to number 1. Asha, I should write that actually. Asha, please delete Yogini from the members because she's leading.
Yeah.
Padmini, where would you like to go? Laura? I think Padmini, Laura, you came a bit later. You have to use the chat function. Yeah, and just write the team where you'd like to go. So the way we are going to do this is, Asha is going to open the breakout rooms once everybody has decided. Magda, where do you want to go? Once everybody has decided where they want to go, then she's going to open the rooms. The leaders will always stay in that room. I mean, of course, after 7 minutes, we come back because the technology doesn't allow you to stay there. We have to close all rooms. Then we will go again and we'll do this process again. Maybe you can put everybody on mute, Asha. Whom are we missing? Marion is done. Natalia, Coralie, Rima. Padmini, we are still missing you.
Yeah, I could be in the servant leadership group.
Okay, number 2, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I'm putting Magda in group 3. So there's like at least 3 people in every group.
Okay, great. So then
I
can
will
you
work
open
on
the
the
breakout rooms? Or
Yeah.
when Asha will put you all in breakout rooms, on your screen, you will see something which says join breakout room. So you click that. And after 7 minutes of the conversation, we will all automatically come back to this main room. You know, that's just going to happen automatically. And Asha will give us a time warning. She will say, okay, 2 minutes to go, 1 minute to go. So to keep the time. Once we come back, we are going to, the facilitators will stay and the rest of us will again say which group we want to go. Usually to a new group, we'll try to mix this as much as possible. One of the things of the real in-person open spaces, you can leave the room whenever you want. Now, of course, this is something that may be a little bit more challenging for us to do today, but I do want to offer that option. So when you are in a breakout room, on the right-hand side bottom, you will see a button which says leave breakout room. So if you feel that you want to leave the room and go and join another conversation, you're welcome to do that. Don't feel pressurized because you signed in that you have to stay there. It's only 7 minutes. Usually the in-person sessions are much longer, and we use what we call as the power of the 2 feet. In this case, it's going to be the power of 1 button. You will go to the main plenary and you can ask Asha, where do you want to go for the rest of the round, if you choose to do that. If not, everybody will come together. So Asha, let us know whenever the breakout
I can open rooms right now.
Thank you. See you, ladies.
You're on mute.
We are back again, and maybe you can open that sheet again. We're not going to do a debrief now. We'll do a debrief at the end of
I
the
see.
3
Okay.
rounds.
So what are we opening? This.
We're going to open that sheet again, and Yogini, you stay in room 1. So,
Right. Okay.
you know,
that
as the
sheet.
leader,
Okay.
you
Got it.
stay. Yeah. But the rest of us, we will say we go to other rooms.
Okay.
Okay. So, Asha, if you could share again the sheet, then we can start looking at where we want to go next, and we can write it in chat. Maybe you, yeah, just, you know, copy
I just
paste
cut
this
paste.
slide. No, copy paste the slide so that let the first round remain. Yeah, exactly. Duplicate it and then just delete the names. So I'll go next to how to be realistic about, oh, okay, sorry. I don't want to do it this way because that's difficult for you.
We were cut in the midst of our conversation.
I know that does happen. So, you know, the next round, Asha, let's do 10 minutes. I think 7 minutes was really quick.
Sure.
But let's now write. So Antya, Yogini, Ketki, and Catherine will stay. And the rest of us, please write where we would like to go next on the chat, please.
Magda says she needs to drop
Yeah,
out.
that's okay. She did say that she has some emergency.
Oh, we have 4 in group 3. Marian also says group 3, so that'll make group 3 4 with 4 participants.
Which is fine. Let's keep it that way. If there is less interest for a topic, we can also close that room. So if we feel that servant leadership has less interest, we can close that room. But and then we just ask Ketki to join one of the other rooms, Ketki. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think everybody has said, Ketki, where would you like to join? 3. Okay, cool. So now we'll just have 3 rooms, Asha.
Got it.
I'm amazed at how quickly you do all this, Asha. I hope to learn that skill. We'll do 10 minutes now.
10 minutes for the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, for the round 2. See you. We do not have time for a third round.
Okay.
Just going to ask all the, the topic owners to do a quick summary when they come back. Let me know once everybody is back, please.
Should be anytime now.
Okay, so I was just saying to Asha that we cannot do a third round. I'm just watching the time. So I think we'll only do these 2 rounds. And I will ask the topic owners to give a quick debrief to us, literally like 90 seconds debrief on what was discussed in your room.
Breakout room 2 is still coming out in like 10 seconds.
So the room doesn't close automatically?
I put the 10 seconds so the whole like line breaking thing doesn't happen, but I can, next time I can just bring them out immediately.
You can bring them back, yes.
Yeah. The timer,
We'll ask
60
Yogini.
seconds.
We'll start with
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Okay,
Let me know
Everyone's
when.
back. Everyone's back. You can start.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Welcome back. We don't have time for a third round. I do want to keep this to the 45 minutes. So we'll ask each of the group facilitators now to give us a quick debrief. We'll start with you, Yogini, from group 1.
Okay. We're looking at 2 authenticity constructs. One is a chameleon leader who changes according to the situation and inspires their teams that way. Another is a true to selfer who does not change at all and is inspirational in another way by sticking to their core values, if you will. And the conclusion that we drew from both breakout groups was quite similar in that we preferred authenticity or the true to selfer behavior when it came to core values. And we seem to say that when it comes to communicating those, one does need to be sensitive to the audience and perhaps adapt and change accordingly. Another interesting concept that came up was what leaders are looking for. Is it more of control? Is it more of sycophantic behavior? Of just seeing their proposals or their ideas validated, or is it more of a collaborative, open approach? And again, the consensus was that in these times, particularly, the collaborative approach is really important because we don't know what will stick, what will work in this situation. Therefore, the more open you are, the better it is. Those were our main conclusions. And thank
Great,
you all
thank you.
all across the board. Thank you to all participants for ideas.
Thank you, Yogini. We'll go to group 2. Quick 90 seconds debrief. And I think that was you, Ketki, right? And I know there was one breakout, but what was discussed in the servant leadership?
So we basically discussed that the need for empathy from a servant leader, the need to have listening skills, because the servant leader is there to serve the people, which means that he needs to have a clear idea of what is it that the people need in his team, in his organization. And then we also discussed examples of of people in the lives of the participants where they've seen servant leadership. So one interesting one that Lekha mentioned, for example, was the mother who is always serving the family and making sure that everyone's needs are getting met. And I'm sure all the mothers in this audience would also agree like that. And then there was also the example of a grandfather who, who was a religious leader and who kind of made sure that he is there to hear his people's ideas and thoughts and needs.
Thank you. Group 3, that was on empathy.
Hello. So we had 2 good discussions. The general consensus is that there needs to be a lot of trust and understanding from the leaders and they have to, in supporting employees, preparing them, ensuring that there are moments to come together. This is important. But more particularly, there is an onus, in order for the leader to be empathetic, there is an onus also on the employee to speak up and to communicate, to explain their feelings, because obviously in a virtual world, it's much more difficult to read the signs of body language or reactions. So there has to be much more of a two-way communication and a speaking up on both sides, so that the leader knows what you need and how to adapt.
Great, thank you. And group 4, Ante, with how to be realistic. I think you're on mute.
Yes, sorry. So first of all, the realization that nobody can see the future in the glass ball or anywhere, and we're all unsure about it. And then maybe two key strategies to take away to go about it. And one of them I would call go with the flow or ride the wave, as Shivangi said so nicely. So basically to just take it as it comes, ups and downs, and learn from them, because it is a period of great learning. And the second one is it's very similar to make sure that you adapt and that you remain flexible and take it step by step and adjust to whatever comes. Those were the 2 key takeaways, I'd say.
Great. Well, thank you very much. And thanks so much for engaging in this new way of, coming in and working with whoever is there. I hope that was an interesting experience for you. Some of you might have tried Zoom breakout rooms for the first time. I've used this extensively in my online training, and I don't know how your experience was. Please use the chat to mention any feedback that you'd like to. And yes, I think some of you need to go, which is fine too. Asha will put a quick poll, just asking you this question, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being amazing, how was your experience? But we realize that chat is still a better way for us to get some subjective feedback from you. So please put a few words in the chat around what you like, what would you think, because we are thinking of doing this once a week, so on every Thursday. And what would you recommend? What could be the sort of topics? But this chat you can answer already.
Assuming 5 is best and 1 is...
5 is best, yes. Yeah. And I'm also looking at the chat as we do this. Great. I think we have most of the responses. Great. Well, thank you so much, everybody. This has been a great experience, and I hope that you liked that experience. And if you would like to learn the skill of what Asha has been doing in the background, putting people in and out, etc., we will also create a learning bite on using some of these virtual tools to create more engagement. And we're going to have a few of those coming up next week. So please join us for the Learning from Thrive. And thank you so much for joining today. Have a very nice rest of the day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.